Of course, this show with I'm here with Kathy Stacy, and we are reflecting on a lot of the United Way activities and some of their agencies. And of course, Kathy handles the Martin Volunteers program, which generates a lot of activity for a lot of organizations in the community. And she's she's going to tell us a little bit about some of the things going on. But the big news, of course, today is that it is the Great Give. And so that's the which I know a lot of people may not be familiar with that process, or it may be something that that some people aren't aware of. I know for me, in the past, I've used it to kind of leverage my contribution to places, not from a negative standpoint, but depending upon how much money comes in, designated for a specific purpose, that money then gets matched by the community foundation and provides some additional funding. So, Nancy, you're involved in that, right? So, in the from the United Way standpoint, from the Great Give, is that so? What exactly? How'd that come about, and what exactly is, and where does the money come for that program?
Okay, so the Great Give is a partnership between United Way of Martin County, United Way of Palm Beach County, and it's a 24-hour online fundraising event. It started back in 2014. Originally, it was a partnership between United Way of Palm Beach County, United Way Martin County, and the Community Foundation. And over that time, we've raised we've worked with 500 nonprofits in Palm Beach and Martin counties, and it's raised over $12 million since 2014.
Wow.
That's a ton of money. That and that money, the money that is matched or that goes with it, how do they determine that? How is it determined? So let's say I'm going to make a contribution to character counts, and so I decide to put some money in for character counts. How do they, where do they get the money to match, and how do they determine how much money I'm going to get?
So basically, it's a bonus pool of dollars that is raised by the United Way of Palm Beach County, and it varies every year how much is in the bonus pool, depending on, how many people they can get to invest in the bonus pool for the Great Give. And it kind of varies year by year on how they decide how it's given out based on how much they have to give. So this year, there's about $40,000 to $50,000 in the bonus pool, and they're doing it a little bit differently than they have in the past. Okay. There's actually 4 matching minutes this year. So they're having all of the nonprofits communicate to their donors to donate within these 4 minutes. And each matching minute has a pool of $10,000. And each gift has donations above $100 will receive a match for the first $100. So it's a dollar for dollar match up to $100 for each matching minute until the $10,000 is expired. So it's a little bit different this year, which kind of makes it a little bit more fun and kind of, in my opinion, evens the playing field for some of the smaller nonprofits, because how they did it in the past was more of a percentage of. So in other words, if United Way of Martin County, we're not a participating agency, but if we were a participating agency and we raised 1% of the entire amount raised in the Great Give, we would get 1% of the bonus pool dollars.
Right.
So for the smaller nonprofits, it's a little bit harder to get the bonus pool dollars, but this way it kind of evens the playing field, so everybody has as much of a chance to get the bonus pool dollars.
But
so can you walk us through? Give us another example. Say we are big brothers, big sisters, and I wanted to give $100.
Okay. So you would want to give at these 4 matching minutes. So the matching minutes are at 10:24 a.m., 2:24 p.m., 4:24 p.m., and 10:24 p.m.
So I want to wait till then.
So you would want to wait till then in order to maximize the matching dollars.
And all the people can get on at that time?
Yes. Yes, you can get on at that time, and it's based on the timestamp of when you give. So it's a little bit different on how they're doing it this year, but like I said, it's a little bit more of an even playing field.
So
but
10:20.
There are some nonprofits.
10:24.
10:24. It's all listed on the website, greatgiveflorida.org.
10:24, 2:24, 4:24.
Yeah, see, there you got it. Pretty easy to remember.
10:24. Huh. 8:24, something like that. What's the last one?
The last one is 1024.
1024. Okay, so it's
So it started at what time?
It started at midnight.
Okay.
And so since midnight, I'm going to check the number here. Since midnight, we have raised $242,699 for 888 or from 888 donors for
Wow.
239 organizations just since midnight.
But nobody has gotten the
matching yet.
yeah.
No, the matching starts at 1024, but there are other benefits to donating through the Great Give because every hour there's really great prizes. So every hour they give away a prize and they're really fun themed. Like at midnight, there was a Cinderella prize. And the prizes there's cash prizes ranging from $500 to $1,000. And then there's goods or services, from like PR and website type stuff for the nonprofits, goods or services ranging from $85,000 to $20,000 worth of value. So there's other benefits other than just the bonus pool dollars. And then also I know some nonprofits, and it's listed on the website on greatgiveflorida.org. So say an organization like Big Brothers Big Sisters has a donor that says, you know what, I will match any donation given through the Great Give for $10,000, up to $10,000. So there are some nonprofits who have additional matching dollars beyond what the bonus pool has.
Yeah, because I would think that potentially the way that they're doing it, it would cause some of the larger donations not to be made, because if you get the match for a small donation, somebody who's going on there to try to maximize their match, instead of giving $1,000, you give $100 because that's the maximum you're going to get, or get 10 people to do it with you and give them $100 each, and then maximize the. Because you're right, it's kind of better for the small organizations that all they're getting is $100 or $200. But for the larger organizations that are hoping for those $1,000, $4,000, $5,000 contributions, they basically, they could get those directly, I guess, and not have to not go through the process. So it'll be interesting to see how that is received this year in terms of the process, in terms of what they'll how people will perceive it. Because this is the first I had heard of. And so, normally everybody's getting on early and making their contributions, early on so that they can get it in and get as many dollars in as they can. So it'll be interesting to see if people, realize, because I do know I got a bunch of emails from various charities reminding me about the Great Give. I've been getting those for probably the last week, but I didn't read them because I said okay,
yeah, lots of emails.
So I said okay, Great Give. So yeah,
are the prizes listed on the
prizes are listed on the website on greatgiveflorida.org as well. And so, yeah, I mean, it'll be a little bit different. I know there's different strategies over the years based on how the bonus pool is being allocated when you get your donors to give and how much. So this kind of changes the game a little bit for the nonprofits who've been used to doing it year after year on their strategy for how they're going to raise the funds. But like I said, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out and how it's received by both the smaller nonprofits and the larger ones.
Now, can you make a contribution to any nonprofit as long as they're a 501c3, and how does that get regulated? I mean, if I made a contribution, for example, to the Kiwanis, which is not a 501c3, it's 501c4, I think it is. So if I made a contribution to the Kiwanis Club, that wouldn't qualify, right? Because it's not a charity that qualifies. If I made it to their foundation, which they have a 501c3 foundation, that would qualify. But how is that process controlled? So if I come on and I got a small charity that I want to make a contribution to for $100 or $200 or whatever it is, they haven't been vetted in advance? Is it basically anybody can give, or are the organizations that you're eligible to give to determined in advance of this?
They are vetted. So the organizations do have to register, and they have to register every year. So if a nonprofit participated last year, they still would have to re-register for this year. And there is a vetting process that United Way of Palm Beach County goes through, where they have to submit, their 501c3 paperwork and make sure that they are registered and licensed and all of that good stuff. So you can only give through the Great Give to a nonprofit that is registered. And it's all listed on the Great Give Florida website, who's registered. So you can go on there and check it out. But I think it was 415 nonprofits in Palm Beach and Martin counties who are registered for the Great Give this year.
Okay. And then again, it's the United Way of Palm Beach County, and then the United Way of Martin County. And is Community Foundation involved in, or it's called the Community Foundation. Are they involved still in that, or
they
no?
are not involved?
Okay.
I mean, they are a supporter. They were involved in initially getting it off the ground, but it's primarily run by United Way of Palm Beach County. We are a host partner, so that the nonprofits in Martin County can participate in the Great Give. So that's why we participate as a host partner, so that our local nonprofits are able to do this. We're not a benefiting organization, so you can't go on greatgiveflorida.org and donate to United Way, but we participate so that all the other nonprofits can raise this money, and so we can see how much money we can raise in a 24-hour period and really help boost the community and get people given.
Yeah. If somebody wanted to give to that bonus pool in United Way of Palm Beach County, is there a way they can go about that? Let's say somebody said, I really want to, I want to help make the pool bigger, and, that kind of thing. Is there a way they do that? Or can they just contact them and designate it for that purpose, or what happens there?
Yes, they take donations to the bonus pool. So if you can't choose any nonprofit, and you want to kind of support the effort as a whole, you could donate directly to the bonus pool.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be allocated to the nonprofits based on the formula that they've determined.
Okay. So just for those out there that, are waiting to, are trying to track this and waiting to give, the times to take advantage of the matching contribution is at 10:24, 2:24, 4:24, and again at 10:24 p.m. So those are the numbers, those are the times, and it's that 1 minute. So you want to be ready to get it done, and get logged in. You could probably log in a little earlier and then get the paperwork filled out so that it gets filled out and submitted within that 1 minute period of time, and then that way you can help your charity out. And if you were thinking about doing 1,000, get 9 of your friends and do $100 a piece.
Yeah, so you're thinking strategically.
Yeah, so we're going to maximize the benefit here, but it is a way to do that and to get a contribution, and it is a great program. I know I've done that in the past. Like I said, I've done that when and helped with matching. Helped with the contributions when the matching was out there, and it works out pretty well. Let your organization know, that that you have, that you've done that. They'll get information, but sometimes, it may not be readily obvious that you made your contribution that way. It might not be coming under the name they think or whatever. So if you've done that, you should let your organization know that you've made the contribution. You'll get, I assume you'll get some kind of a receipt from the Great Give, or will it come from the organization directly on these?
The receipt will come from the Great Give. And One of the really neat things about the Great Give is that it is all instantaneous. If you have a minute to go online and check out the platform, it's really neat. You could see the leaderboard up to the minute and see what nonprofit is in the lead, who's raised the most money, the number of donors. You can even see who's given if you click on the nonprofit organization. And the really cool thing from a nonprofit standpoint is the studies show that most of the people who give through the Great Give are first-time donors to that organization. And then the nonprofit gets that donor information instantaneously. And they could call the donor and thank them right there, which is always a really nice touch. I know one year I gave to the Humane Society of the Treasure Coast, and as soon as I gave, I got a phone call saying, "Oh, thank you so much for your contribution." So it's really...
Did they give you a puppy too?
I already got one of those. That's why I made the donation.
That's right.
They brought me my little pooch. But it's really a neat platform. It's very exciting, and it does a lot of great things for the nonprofits and just getting donors engaged in a way that they might not have given before.
Mike, what's the numbers look like? So
I just refreshed, and we are at 1,000 donors that have raised $273,225 for 248 different organizations.
does it have the who the leading organizations are at this point?
Yes. So let me scroll down a little bit. So the Pine School is in the lead with
Whoop, whoop.
$61,925 raised. The National Alliance on Mental Illness in Palm Beach County is second with $26,400 raised. Helping People Succeed is third with just under $11,000 raised. The Boys and Girls Club of Martin County has raised over $8,000. And there are several others on here as well, making quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
This great gift.
Nice.
And it's not too late. So you can go on, and if you've already made a contribution and you didn't realize that the situation had changed, you can probably kick in another $100 for all your favorite organizations and go on
Do it
and
again.
do the $100, just so you get something there. So
They're neat prizes. I was looking over Mike's shoulder. Really nice prizes.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going out, things that have already gone out, things that are coming up here soon. Trying to flip through some of these. I guess are the prizes going to the organizations, the nonprofits?
To the nonprofits listed. So I did see Florida Oceanographic. I always like to look and see what Martin County nonprofits have received an award, but the Florida Oceanographic Society won, I think, like the Early Bird Award or something.
The
to
Good Morning Sunshine,
Good Morning Sunshine. Yes.
$500.
So they
That's
got
excellent.
$500 just by having a donor that gave within some type.
I think it was. They said $500 cash prize to the nonprofit with the most raised between 5 and 6 a.m.
Oh yeah, so they have some
Yeah.
early riser donors over there.
It's that Disney thing. And some of the prizes you can use for other, if you have an event coming up and
There's a
you need
giveaway.
raffle prizes see, there's one right there.
Yeah, this one, it hasn't happened yet. They're calling it the Magic Hour, a family 4-pack to Disney World, and the tickets are randomly
Ooh.
awarded sometime during this hour between 9 and 10 a.m.
Oh,
Who will it be?
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And so that it goes. But those prizes go to the nonprofit.
The nonprofit.
So they go to So and then the nonprofit can do what they want with them.
Correct.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so there's
Yeah.
a lot of other benefits other than just the bonus pool dollars to participating in the Great Give for both the nonprofits and for the donors.
Okay. All right. Well, that's that's a big thing today. So if you're inclined to give, and look, $100 is will get your favorite charity a boost. So that's not too bad of a deal. And you still got time for the first one. They haven't started that one yet. 10/24 coming up. So just keep that in mind and follow that through the day. We're pretty much out there, regular 24s, 10/24, 2/24, 4/24, and 10/24.
And if people don't know, this is Nancy McCarthy. She's with United Way and she's our marketing guru. What's your official title?
Director of Marketing and Communications.
And she's awesome.
But I think I'm called marketing guru more. I should put that on my business card.
That's what I was going to say. Your official
She's
title is
awesome.
marketing guru.
Yeah,
And if you want to see what she looks like, we took a picture. So she'll put it on Facebook later, I'm sure.
Yes, follow us at United Way Martin on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're everywhere.
She does everything.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you, Nancy, for
And,
taking
yep,
time.
So yeah, we appreciate that. And if you've got any questions, we'll be here for a little while. 220-9788, 220-WSTU. If you want to call in and if you got a question about anything. Did want to also mention while we're on activities that this weekend, this Friday, we have our Character Counts golf tournament coming up, and that has
We have no more room for golf teams.
right.
However, we do have lots of raffle tickets left. They can stop by the United Way office and purchase some. I purchased mine.
Did
So
you?
I did. I absolutely did. There's 40 raffle prizes. It's $10 for one, $20 for three.
Right. And you
So-
can go to you can still go to the dinner if you don't, if there's no room for the and it is a good, most of you that play in these tournaments, that's why this is a good tournament. This is why you want to register early, is because we don't put 3 foursomes on a hole, or something of that nature, so that you're playing golf in a 6-hour round. I've done that before in charity tournaments, and I never played them again. And this is not that like that. It's very it's a lot of fun. It is very quick. It's a scramble, and it works out pretty well. It moves along pretty good. Even the things that we do in the tournament, like Texas Tea and Mulligans, those are done as team events, so they're done all at one time. So you don't have people dropping 14 times and saying, okay, here's, and stop and play 14 times. You stopping it once, hitting 4 times. That could be a putt, and maybe only 2 of them are needed. But it's kind of fun, and we have a good time with it. The prizes are great. There's usually silent auction items. I don't know if we've got.
They're great.
Yeah,
silent
I thought we had a lot of
auction
good
items.
silent auction items this year.
Lots of trips this year.
And there is a hole-in-one prize. The first hole-in-one prize is a Maserati Levante. It's a SUV. It's a Maserati SUV, worth about $65,000. So it's a nice car. That's not a lease. That's you get to keep it.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool.
And you didn't want me on your team because you didn't want me to win it?
Yeah,
Is that it?
you could play. I need somebody for my team. It's provided by Motor Cars of Stewart. So if you don't win it and nobody else wins it, you can always go and buy it. But it's it's pretty cool. We try to do some sort of an unusual or luxury car or something different. Last year we did his and her Mini Coopers. The year before that, we did a Bentley. This year a Maserati. So it's really pretty neat. And it's not on a hole that's 240 yards long or something like that, where you can't reach it. I think the hole's probably like 150, 160 yards. So it's fairly easy to have a shot at it. Almost everybody has a shot at it. You're not hitting over water the whole way or anything like that. So we want somebody to win. We have insurance. So if you win, it's good for everybody. Only the insurance company gets hit. So that's exciting. And then the other thing we have is whoever comes the closest to the hole-in-one on the car hole, even if they go in and win, they get a second shot at $100,000. So 2 golfers, the 2 that are closest to the pin on the hole-in-one hole, get a second chance, called a second chance shootout. They get a shot at $100,000. And again, from 160 yards, and they will stroke you a check. So it's pretty cool. And we try to put it someplace where you've got a chance, because we want you to win. Because again, we have insurance. So, but there are other prizes out there, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of people really enjoy the activity. It moves quickly, and we try to keep people going and have it so that we can get in and get out, and you can get your scores and find out how you did. And so there'll be a lot of fun there. Unfortunately, like I said, the tournament this year is full as far as number of foursomes, but you can still go to the dinner, and if somebody drops out, you can get on a waiting list, in case there's an opening. But I think they've locked it at 24 is our total, which is just about right for what we're trying to do. Leaves off the 4 par 3s. You've only got one group on the par 3s, and so then you're down to 14 holes, and it works out pretty good that way. If you're interested and you want to get your name on a waiting list, you can call Holly Laban at United Way, and she'll be happy to take your name. That's 283-4800. It's the number there, and you can go ahead and give her a call. And if you want to be a sponsor, there is an opportunity for sponsors still. And I've sponsored the last couple years, but I think there's a couple sponsorships available. That way you can write it off, because you get a free foursome as part of the sponsorship. So you might even be able to squeak in that way. But it should be fun. And it was a good tournament last year. And we had a couple guys that were we had two guys that were in the shootout, the $100,000 shootout. And frankly, came pretty darn close on the $100,000. The shot looked like it was right there, and just missed. So it's it's a lot of fun, and it's a good way, and it raises the bulk of the money for character counts comes through this tournament and the raffles and all of the kind of things that are there. So if you can't go, at least make a contribution to character counts. That'll be fun, and the food's good. It's at Monarch, so we'll have a lot of fun there. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back, and we've got some more things going on. But we'll just take a little break, and I want to thank Nancy. And Nancy will be back at the United Way here probably later today, and she'll be monitoring the activity on the Great Give. So if you've got if you need some information, or you're looking to find out, you can go on the website. But if you got some question about what's going on with it, or what the times are, or whatever, give United Way, give Nancy a call. She can tell you again. The first one is coming up at 10:24. So it's 1 minute, 10:24, and then again 2:24, 4:24, and 10:24. So you've got 4 shots today. Those are the only 4 shots today. So be ready, do them. Let's see if we can crash the website. Let's get
I
so
don't know
many
about
people.
that.
Let's
Bite
see
your
if
tongue.
we
So
can.
don't do the 1024 because Nancy won't be there.
Let's see if we can crash that website. But anyway, all right. So that's where we're at. We'll be back in just a minute. And again, the phone number in the studio, 220-9788, 220-WSTU, if you want to call in with a question, or if you wanted to add anything. But we'll be back in just a second. All right, you're listening to Community Solutions here on WSTU. Last Wednesday of the month, we have United Way in, and we talk about some of the things that are going on in the community, some of the nonprofits that are out there. And, of course, for the first 35, 40 minutes or so, we've been talking about the Great Give and what's going on with that. So hopefully you tuned in and you heard some of the changes that were made to the Great Give, so you can take advantage of the matching contributions that are coming up. And take advantage of that, and of course also win some prizes for your favorite nonprofit, so that they'll have an opportunity to use that money for other things, and to earn some profits off the prizes that they get. They can reward some of their donors. But it is a great opportunity, great activity. So hopefully you caught that, and you were You caught the way it works this year. Otherwise, you can always call 220-9788, 220-WSTU. Michael he'll fill you in. But anyway, so that's that's what we were talking about for the first part of the hour. But now we're gonna switch gears a little bit and talk about one of the charities that is fairly new to the community, but is pretty exciting, really, because of the impact that it makes
For
And we're-
seniors.
for seniors.
Woo-woo.
Watch
Yeah.
the word impact.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Hopefully,
right.
it's not that kind of an impact. But we have Audrey here from Floridians Fighting Falls, and so many of you wonder about what that is, because you may not have heard about it. But it's a really great organization that is in place to work with all seniors and to help them make sure that they are protected or have implemented things to protect them from being injured by falls. That is one of the major problems with and factors for seniors in terms of health and actually, death. Many seniors are home alone, and they end up with a situation that just a simple fall. And if they don't have somebody there, they don't have any way to contact anybody, they don't have anybody to check on them. Dehydration, lack of food, the whole thing, and it can just snowball. So, Audrey, why don't you go ahead and tell them a little bit about more detail on some of the stuff that I was talking about, and give our audience some information there so that they understand how serious this is and how great the organization is.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled to be here again. Floridians Fighting Falls was founded because each day 10,000 people turn 65. So we're an aging population, and 1 in 4 is going to have a fall. That fall changes your life, and a big part of it is that you become fearful of falling again. So you stop doing things that you want, and you've seen this happen with your neighbors and family, where people who used to go out and be very social and volunteer might not do that because they're afraid of tripping down the stairs or just having that incident happen again. Over 7 million falls each year for seniors 65 and older require hospitalization, and 27,000 seniors each year die as a result of a fall. That's 74 seniors a day.
Wow.
So Floridians Fighting Falls helps you to become aware of the challenges that are out there, and helps you to install interventions that can help reduce your risk of falling down. So we educate, and that's a big part of our program. Is we go out to communities and we educate seniors on what they can do. One of the other partners in the United Way 211 has a wonderful service called the Sunshine Call. For those seniors that don't have anybody checking on them every day, or they don't have a neighbor, you register with them and they call you every day. So that if you do have that fall and you're on the bathroom floor and nobody's there to help, they call you. If you don't answer, they'll call you back. If you don't answer, they're going to call you back. If you don't answer, they're going to send someone out to do a home safety check. The police will come and knock on your door. They'll enter, or they'll get your neighbor or whoever you've referred as support. So we want to get that service out because it is free, it is confidential, it's 24/7, and you call 211 and they have great resources available for seniors.
And it's funded by United Way.
Thank you very much.
That's pretty cool.
That to me is one of the biggest services that people don't know about. Floridians Fighting Falls, but they don't know about the services that 211 has also. So what we are, Floridians Fighting Falls, is a community-based senior fall prevention program, which helps you to learn about resources that are out in the community. So we are a resource. We will go out to a community and do an educational workshop. We'll help those participants in a balance assessments. This is forms that the CDC recommends, and they can take that information back to their doctor to open the conversation of they're afraid. Now, the report is that 1 in 4 seniors each year falls. But I want to ask you, if you've gotten a speeding ticket, was that the first time you ever sped? You know, people don't report that they've fallen down because they don't want anybody to know. They don't want their children to say, "Oh, we got to send grandma to a nursing home." It's embarrassing. So most falls don't even get reported. That 1 in 4 is only the reported falls.
Now, what I know, you know, you've got a number of programs to help with that, and what type of resources? You have somebody that can come in the home and kind of give you information on, oh, you know, that carpet needs to be tacked, or that
If
tile
I
needs to-
had the volunteers to do that, Mark, I would be so happy. We cannot do individual home inspections. We work with groups, and we will provide you with home safety inspection checklists. But we're going to say, look, take this with your friend, take this with your family member, take this with a neighbor, and walk through your house. You have fresh eyes. We tend to not see those things in our own home. You don't see the stack of magazines that you're going to read someday, and it's sitting by the couch, and that glossy paper is risk factor. So we don't do individual home inspections, but we do provide you with a thorough checklist to go home and look for those items. So we don't have the individuals. That's why we do group educational programs, and we send the participants home with home safety inspection checklists. We send them home with 211 guides. There's a wonderful senior guide. So if you have any kind of question about grandparents raising children, VA, transportation, it's listed there. We talk about being able to see well, and we educate the participants in the workshops on resources available, such as Eye Care America, and another wonderful resource for people that are financially constrained. And Eye Care America, as that foundation, can help them get a healthy eye exam if they meet the requirements. And if that doctor finds a condition like macular degeneration or cataracts, the foundation can pay for the surgery and up to a year follow-up care. So that's the kind of information as an educational senior resource for falls prevention we try to provide to the community.
And so, Mark, let me just interject real quick. Working with Audrey, what we do is we provide senior seminars, and we bring people like Audrey in we have the volunteers, so we e-blast notices to them, and we put together a program, and they will come, and we'll have 3 or 4 organizations with all the information for programs. And so we will bring someone like Audrey in, and we'll bring in maybe the sheriff's department or someone else to provide all the information in one location.
See, I mean, that's a great resource to do that, and to be able to kind of go through that, and like you say, once they know what they're looking for, and if you bring in a fresh set of eyes,
yes,
you which might literally be a fresh set of eyes if they take advantage of eye care,
then
you can actually check all that out and see what's going on, and that is, I know, one of the big problems that 911 has and is calls for falls.
Yes.
Having to come out and answer those calls. Many times it's too late by the time they get there. But that's tough. Or you've done some sort of injury that becomes more permanent, then becomes temporary.
Rehab.
The recovery and rehab is a lot more difficult, and it does
it's scary.
You talk about the number of deaths that are as a result of fall, but what that doesn't take into consideration, just like the number of falls is understated, the impact that it has on your existing health, if you have other health problems, it just multiplies those.
That's right.
So, and like you said, at that point, you can't, you may have been exercising or walking or whatever, and now all of a sudden you can't for a long period of time. And to get back into that routine again, you may have lost that. And now I know one of the things that you guys do work with on talking about balance and exercise is the Tai Chi. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that program?
We go out and educate. And we found that if we tell you to be safe and check your environment, if we tell you to check with your physician about your medications because they have a huge impact on your risk of falling, that's wonderful. If we tell you about being able to see and having enough lighting, this is great. And the fourth thing that the CDC recommends to reduce your risk of falling is to increase your physical activity. So we, as volunteers, have people that have been trained in various programs, Matter of Balance, Tai Chi for Balance, which is called Tai Chi Moving for Better Balance. And that is the program that is the most effective in reducing your risk of falling. So Floridians Fighting Falls over the last 4 years has used grants to bring that program to the community. We have worked directly with Dr. Fuzong Lee out of Oregon Research Institute, who's the founder of the program. He brought it to the CDC. He did all the research. He has all the figures. The most recent report is that the Tai Chi Moving for Better Balance program can help you to reduce your risk of falling by up to 58%. So one of our goals has been able to provide the communities with people that can teach this program because it is the most effective program. And we have been fortunate to pass 35 individuals through the program that can now teach. We've had people attend from Tallahassee and the Department of Elder Affairs, various of the Area Agency on Agings have sent people from Broward, from the West Coast, and they have come to programs that we have been fortunate enough to be sponsored by the Children's Services Council. Habitat for Humanity has allowed us to use their space for these training classes. So not only do we educate and tell you the various interventions that the CDC recommends to reduce your risk of falling, but our goal has been to get those classes out in the community. They are community-based classes in locations that feel very comfortable to the seniors to go to.
And in general, kind of where are those at, and what's the cost of those?
Generally, the churches have been very supportive. The First United Methodist Church in Hobe Sound hosts a class, and that class has been going on for nearly 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Trinity Methodist off Savannah Road also hosts a class, and that class has been going on for about 3 years. So the classes are ongoing. Various other locations, we've tried them in the civic centers, the Port Salerno Civic Center, the Log Cabin. We've had classes out at Palm City, St. Luke's Episcopal Church, and actually we just started a class at All Nations Church up in Port St. Lucie also. The classes are listed on our website, that's fightingfalls.org, and the classes, we want them to be reasonable for the seniors. So they're typically run by a donation basis, and the suggested donation is $5 a class so that it's affordable.
Yeah.
They can always talk to the instructors and we can work out. We barter volunteer hours. We give away free lessons. We give away at our events gift certificates for free sessions.
We still do the one in Hope Sound under the trees?
Saturday morning, 8:00 in Hope Sound, you can find us doing Tai Chi under the trees. That's at Zeus Park. And
Zeus
it's
Park.
just, Zeus
And that
Park.
one's been going on for a while, right?
Close to 4 years now. We
Yeah.
started for actually April for World Tai Chi Day. And the group is fluid, comes people who have never been, I think the dog watchers watch us every Saturday morning, and they take the serenity of just watching the class
Right.
with them. So it's been a lot of fun. The instructors come from various backgrounds. We have retired PE teachers. We have home health givers, caregivers. We have my biggest supporter is with Parkinson's, and as an inspiration to the rest of the community, I can't thank Eric enough for giving his time. And we do presentations. The library system has been very supportive of us going into the libraries for demonstrations and hosting classes. In August, we will be at the Blake Library on Friday afternoon, so watch the library calendar. That's called a moving meditation class. We've just completed that program out at the Leahy Library in Indiantown. We have been doing Tai Chi programs at the Kindu Center out in Indiantown. So we're reaching various communities. We've tried to introduce the Tai Chi program to the Boys and Girls Club, and we've done that at the Hope Sound Boys and Girls Club for a couple of years. In the summer, we introduced them to the program, and some of those kids have come to Zeus Park, so that was really cool.
What, how do you guys raise money, and how can people help if they want to contribute, or where's your money come from?
Thank you. We are community-based. We work solely through individual contributions and grants that we have been able to. And again, thank you for the volunteers, because I am not a grant writer. We have put out multiple grants. Thank you, all those people that have helped us writing them. And thank you to the Hope Sound Community Chest for granting us, because that's how we were able to bring the new instructors out and get our equipment. You can go to our website. Again, that's fightingfalls.org. There's a donate button. And you can like us on Facebook. If you shop online, please shop Amazon, the foundation arm, smile.amazon.com. Amazon donates 0.5% of your purchases to us, select Floridians Fighting Falls. And at any point, you can send me an email. That's audrey@fightingfalls.org. And we can set up workshops. Typically, I'm happy to say that when we do provide workshops, whether it's to the Italian American Club, the United Auto Workers, these are recent ones, routes from the hospice, the SMARTS group, the travel group, various home health care agencies, we have support. They make contributions. So corporate contributions are definitely appreciated. But again, you can contact us at the website, fightingfalls.org, or email me direct at audrey@fightingfalls.org.
Well, that's and that's it really is cool. It's a great program. I'm glad you guys did it, and you got this going, and it's just one example of one of the community programs a lot of people don't realize that we have, but that just due to the generosity of local people like yourself who have made this possible and make a big difference in the community, in the health of the community, and the welfare of the community. And it's fantastic. So, you guys have to look and see if you maybe get it in a couple of the gyms. They
actually, I have just told you about the classes that are open to the public. There are many in restricted communities that have classes there that the instructors go in. So if you contact us, we can tell you where the classes are. You may live in a community that you're not even aware has the class available at your activity center.
All right. Thanks for joining us here on Community Solutions right here on WSTU. See you next week.
Thank you.
It's WSTU Stewart, 10 o'clock.